Okay, this is March 21st, 2011. So today was a little bit tricky here. I didn't really see any great ABCs that I wanted to trade. If we look at this 1 hour chart, we do see a little bit of a pullback here, only 38 pips, and then price began to climb up and break the 41.82 high from Friday. And it basically faked everybody out, and it took a 50 pip dive immediately. So when I seen that happen today, I pretty much was like, okay, it's going to be one of those days. I'm just going to hold off then. And I still don't see a smooth pattern that I would be happy trading at the moment, even if price comes down a little bit, because I actually am going to need a deeper retracement, I believe, than what we may get. I think we're in crucial times now. Whenever we get to the high, get close to a previous high, bring up this 4 hour chart, price begins to act a little strange and can become in a type of whipsaw. So it's important to be real careful then. So let me take a look here. I'm going to start with looking at the daily chart and the weekly. If you notice here on the weekly chart, we're coming real close to this high here of 42.81. Okay, and we're also coming close to this upper trend line at 42.62. And I think that's probably why we had kind of a whipsawy day today. Because if you notice on this 1 hour chart, let me expand this. On this 1 hour chart, we had a pin bar here, but the price continued up. We had, in this engulfing candle down, then a candle up, formed a pin bar to the downside, price still went up. That was some wacky price action. If you got pips out of that, you're doing great. But anyways, we're real close to this high on the weekly chart, 42.82, I believe it is, 42.81. And also the weekly trend line. So we're having some price reaction around those areas. And that's why I think we're having some of the whipsaw moves. And I'm very leery to take a long until I see a decent pullback, because we're too close to this area up here. I need a decent pullback, and I'll look at the 4 hour chart for that possibility. Not saying you can't do some scalping off of a 5-minute chart up and down, longs and shorts. But in order to do a nice ABC trade, I'm going to need a better retracement. So on this daily chart, we're up here at the FE 786 target of this ABC to the upside pattern. Have not reached the 100 FE, which is the actual target. But we're hanging up there, so we'll have to see how things look later tonight. But we really need a pretty decent sized retracement for me to get in on an ABC long trade, unless I plan on just maybe scalping an ABC off of the 5-minute chart, but it still could be a little dangerous. Alright, so let's look at the 4 hour chart here. Now, I want to move this Fibonacci up to the high. Okay, and if you remembered, we had an ABC pattern. We did hit the target. That was completed. The inverse head and shoulders pattern, target is here at 42.53, but my target could have been off a couple pips, but nonetheless, we came very, very close to that target. So we're really, really, really at the highs, and the price action could be kind of crazy at those levels, which we did see today. Now what I need, and I'm looking for to get in on a really nice ABC trade, is for a test of this 50 EMA on the 4-hour chart, which comes in right around the 61.8, and once the day changes it'll come closer to the 50% retracement. So I'm kind of looking for that for a nice ABC trade. We could even spike down to the neckline here. But that's what I'm looking for. We do have some bearish divergence here on the RSX. So I'm looking for a price to start coming down. That's not to say it will, because we've seen that today. Alright, let's look then. And it's possible too, looking at this 1-hour chart, we could form another bull flag here. See, we had one on the 30-minute and 1 hour last night. Alright. So, it's possible that we come down only as far as the upper trend line of the bull flag and bounce from there. And if that happens and we come down and test this upper bull flag trend line, and then on a smaller time frame, the 15-minute or 5-minute, I see a nice price action signal to get me in along, I could possibly take that, but not anticipating a big move, but you know, taking my pips as I get them, because I just have this creepy feeling that we are going to have a lot deeper retracement on this 4-hour chart. So even if I were to take call this A, B, and C here, if price comes down to here, and we'll see that better on a 30-minute chart, I would be very cautious. I'd take my pips when I could get them, because I just have this feeling that that 4-hour chart is going to give us a little bit deeper retracement. So looking at the 30-minute chart, I'm going to get rid of this here. We had the bull flag that formed overnight. It started yesterday evening but formed overnight. We did close above it, faked everybody out, came all the way down to the bottom of the flag and back up. And that was a quick 50 pips, let me tell you. That was within seconds there. So anyways, you know, same thing as what's on the hourly chart. It's basically the same chart. There's a possibility that we could retrace back to the upper trend line and then head back up. And if I see that, and I see an opportunity on these smaller time frames, candle formations, buy signals, price action, then I would consider that long, and that would come in around between the 61.8 and the 50% retracement. So I'll probably watch that tonight, this later this afternoon and come this evening. And that's what I'm going to be watching. But like I said, my main focus is on this 4-hour chart, possibly anticipating a deeper move down here for a nice ABC long. Meantime, scalping ABC longs on these smaller time frames with great caution. Only if you get the correct price action on the smaller time frames, like a high volume pin bar type of thing, or what you see right here. Only you know, as a buy signal instead of a sell signal, because this actually is a sell signal. So that's what I'm watching. Tough day today, not an easy day. I took a small loss, then did a scalp, so it's not something that I could call a nice breezy day today. Okay, so this is March 21st, 2011.